Alright, this is going to be a really good series for warming up before going on a run. It also translates well to just getting your whole body warmed up with a dynamic warm-up before a workout. So I'm going to take you through each exercise one at a time, but this is going to be comprehensive, so this will be everything you need to do in your warm-up. First one, we're working on hamstrings. So this is going to be a toe up, push hip back, just 1 second, and you're alternating. It's going to be important that you're really pushing hip back versus flexing forward. But as trunk gets lower, you're going to get a bigger stretch on that hamstring. So this is something that's really good to walk down the length of our turf out in front, or if you're not in our studio, this would be something about 30 seconds to a minute of each exercise. So toe up, hip back. Next thing for that is just biasing more towards calf. So step up, lean forward, pull calf back. This is really going to get calves warmed up. And next, we're going to get into hip flexion position. So you're going to take a step, pull knee to chest, try to keep toe up, alternate. This is really going to get quads stretched out a little bit, hip flexors, glutes. So that's going to help there. Next, kind of getting into the outside of hip, you're going to take a step up, internally rotate, you're grabbing at ankle, then also at knee. You're pulling up high for a second across your body. You can feel a stretch in the outside of your hip. And then next, we're going to do hamstring swings. So this is another one for the back of our legs here. So we're going to take alternating steps. So if I'm swinging with my left foot, have my right arm out in front of me. So swinging that leg up as high as you can. It's going to stretch out hamstrings. Alright, and next we're doing something called a hamstring catch. So hips are up tall, starting with our leg in this position. You're pulling your leg down as fast as you can, and then catching right before you hit the ground at the bottom. This is going to get the top of our hamstrings warmed up. Really focusing on decelerating, so as fast as I can, then slow. Another really good one to turn on the outside of our hips, glute med muscles. We're going to do banded walking, so I'm going to show you a couple variations of that. You can always change the resistance with your band. Band can go just above ankles or just below knees. So we're focusing on lateral walking here, pushing hips back and down. Knees are slightly going to be flexed. Going to keep shoulders back, eyes up and forward. Take a deep breath in. You're going to take a step as far as you can. Make sure your opposite foot doesn't drag, so picking up that foot. You're going to walk down and back. You're going to go on each side. It's going to be important that you're keeping your feet straight. So each side for this one. And then next variation, we have what's called a Munster walk. So hips up tall. What you're going to do is you're going to take a step forward, and then out as far as you can. Then a regular step with the opposite side. Then forward, out as far as you can. This one's really good for getting the outside of hips activated as well. And then you can pair that just with backwards walking, trying not to drag your feet, picking them up each time. All right, a few more that we got. Also getting the inside of our legs or adductors warmed up. We're going to do what's called an over-under. So I want you to think that you're stepping over a hurdle with this one. So one leg up as high as you can, opposite leg up as high as you can, and do a lateral lunge, kind of like we're going underneath a hurdle, and roll if you can. So over, over, then under, keeping this leg straight and this hip back. Then you bring it back the other way, so over, over, then under. If that's feeling really tough, it'd be fine just to do a lateral lunge or something that's more controlled. Couple more just to kind of get your heart rate up and go over running mechanics. So this one's called an A-step. So it's always important that what we really need to get out of our running mechanics, that we really have to get into good hip flexion, we have to get into good hip extension, we have to have a lot of core strength, and then upper thoracic spine mobility. So if you're stepping with your left side, you should get up as high as you can, you should have your toe pointed, and if I have my left leg up, it's where I'm splitting my arms, my right leg or right hand is up tall, thinking thumb kind of towards collarbone. So just going over that nice and easy with an A step, stepping with my left, have my right, so we're just switching. Spend 30 seconds there, we're down and back. Next we're gonna add a skip to that. So it'd be kind of a skip. So just my feet are slide a little bit here. So next variation is called a B step. This is really to activate our lower hamstring, get it ready for running our workout. So with that, it's thinking that we're doing the same thing as the A step, but when we're coming into the ground, I want you thinking that you're pulling force into the ground as much as you can. So it's like we're clawing at the ground. So you'll get a little scuff out of that. So B step is up, pull back as much force as you can into the ground. Going down and back, spend about 30 seconds to a minute there. And then the last one is just going to be B step with a skip. So really integrating everything. That'd be a really good warm up to do before going on a run or doing a workout. All right, I'm going to go over a couple more exercises in the warm up before going on a run or before your workout. These are going to get a lot more into hip flexors. So first one is going to be an alternating lunge with core rotation. So one thing, you're stepping up as tall as you can, reaching out, and then you're going to rotate over same side knee, back to center, alternating legs. So stepping out as far forward as we can, keeping our shoulders back, dropping straight down with our trunk, rotating, and then switching. So that's going to be our alternating lunge with core rotation. Second one is a little more challenging. This gets into hip flexors a lot more, so do it afterwards. This is called our sprinter's lunge. So we're doing our alternating lunge. What you're thinking, hands are kind of dropping inside and outside of that ankle. So we're pushing hip towards the ground. So it's going to be a big stretch on hip flexor. And then you're going to open up over the opposite side just to kind of get some upper body rotation in the mix. So step out, reach, keep that back leg straight, pushing hip forward, and then rotating opposite side to open up upper body. Those are both going to help with hip flexors.